What's going on? Just needed to do a live stream to just kind of check in so the people that need to hear this can hear this. And some of the people that are new to my channel, some of the anons that research and investigate. I'm on the highway right now. I'm on my way to downtown Phoenix to the Maricopa County Courthouse. If you haven't been following my channel and you don't know my story, I started documenting the what's most likely hidden in FISA, the corruption between the Department of Homeland Security and the FISA court, Foreign Intelligence and Surveillance Act court, and the illegal targeting, organized stalking, harassment, and what's called no-touch torture. Started documenting that in November of 2017. The overt stalking part of the program that I was putting started in right around April 2017. Took me a little while to realize exactly what was going on. I figured it out, started documenting in November of 2017. In December 2017, the same year that Donald Trump signed the executive order 13818, was the same month that I filmed an Avondale police officer that was harassing me in a convenience store. I was just trying to go about my business, start the day, get some food, get a coffee, and head home and go back to work. And the person was playing what's called a street theater skit on me, and I decided that I was going to interview them and ask them for help on camera, explain to them what was going on. And instead of getting help, I got mocked, got laughed at, and gaslit, and told to go online and fill out a form. And told, oh, that should get the ball rolling. And then 3 weeks later, January 4th, I was set up and arrested. And I've been going through the court system since then. Spent about a year and 8 months in court, trying to fight this, trying to ask for exculpatory evidence, which would be the body cameras of the police officers that responded to the call, so I could go in and I could prove my case, prove that I was being stalked and harassed and set up. And since those body cameras would have proved my case, I believe that that's why they were not given to me. I asked my attorney to file a motion to compel for that evidence. He fought with me, fired him, ended up with public defenders. I tried to get them to file a motion to compel for that evidence. Ended up asking if I could just represent myself pro se, so I could file that motion to compel. I've had to file a motion since then, and I've been fought the entire way. Oh, okay, of course I got a phone call and this froze. Imagine that, nobody ever called me, and I get a phone call right now. Here, let's see if we can get this to go back. Alright. Okay, so when I went in for the plea deal, for the plea hearing, I requested a trial so I could defend myself and go through due process, and I was told no by the judge. This motion off with his office, and I was told no, I'm not going to allow you to go to trial. Your only option is to sign this plea deal. And at that point, I was so exhausted from the entire process and all of the extracurricular things that I've been going through that I just went ahead and signed it. But I told him, I said, I'm not going to sign this. I'm not going to sign this if you're going to demand me to be psychologically evaluated. I understand how this program works. I understand, and here's what I said in court. I said, I understand that this program is developed around the Minneapolis multiphasic inventory, and instead of denying or even answering that question, he corrected me and said, it's the Minnesota multiphasic inventory. So, you know, whatever, it's the Minnesota multiphasic inventory. This program is set up around that to weaponize the mental health field, to fill prisons, to fill mental institutions, to put people on psychotropic and SSRI drugs for profit and control, part of a social engineering program that's going on, where if you stand up and speak out, this weapon is used against you. And I was told, no, you need to sign this plea deal. I said, I'm not going to sign it if I have to go through a psychological evaluation. I was told that the probation officer would be in charge of evaluating me and deciding if I need to see a psychological evaluator or not, and that it didn't make much sense to me. I thought, well, because my brakes, how is the probation officer trained to decide if I go to a psychological evaluation or not? And he said, oh, well, they'll figure it out. I thought, okay, well, whatever. I was told to sign the plea deal papers electronically, and I said, I need to read these papers before I sign anything. Who signs anything without reading it? And they said, well, the way this works is you have to sign electronically or else the documents won't print out. And that's just anybody that's in business. You've ever signed a contract, signed for your car insurance, for a home or anything like that, you wouldn't sign anything without reading it first. And I was very skeptical about doing that. And then I go to I ended up having to sign it electronically. They printed the papers out. And then when I go to my first probation meeting, I'm told, all right, you need to complete a psychological evaluation within a certain amount of time. I said no. I was told in court that I don't need to submit to a psychological evaluation. My psychological state is perfectly fine. And I said, well, it's not. I'm just doing my job. Mr. Adeyemi Akanbi told me, I'm just doing my job. You have to do what this thing says. If you want to take it up with the court, you can go back to court. So typically, if you're going to do something like this, you'd want to keep it to yourself and not just put it out there in public, what you're doing. But in my case, these guys seem to know what I'm doing all the time anyway, so for posterity, I need to put this information out there. There's certain individuals that are paying attention to this that I know now that they're keeping an eye on what's going on. And it's just something I need to do. on, just in case something weird happens in here and they find some reason, fabricate some reason to harass me and try to lock me up or something like that. So I like to try to always keep in the light and let the people out there that are keeping an eye on this, let them know what's going on. And weird enough, and I just posted something yesterday saying some cops belong in prison. Daniel Holtzclaw is not one of them. You know, I'm not anti-police, I'm anti-corrupt police. And you know, I talk about that a lot. And odd enough, as I'm driving over here, I live in Avondale, Goodyear, Litchfield, Tolleson. They're all the west side of Phoenix. And I don't know, 15-20 minute drive from Phoenix to the west side where I live. And odd enough, there happens to be 2 Phoenix police officers that I see one pulling out of the driveway right as I get to FedEx to drop some packages for my business. And I go into FedEx, drop my package off, and lo and behold, there's a Phoenix police officer parked right next to me as I come out of the FedEx office that's on his cell phone. And got his eye on me. And then, of course, I see a few more on the way over here, which is pretty typical. You go to downtown, you see police officers driving around a lot. That's normal. But then when I pull into this parking space right here, there's somebody getting in their truck. They've got the thin blue line license plate. Right as I pull in, they're getting in their truck, fire up their truck, and they take off. It's just coincidental. So just talking about that. All right, so I'm going to go in here to the Maricopa County Courthouse now, file my motion to be heard by the judge, and ask why they are allowed to lie in court and manipulate you, and then you are just expected to follow through with things that you weren't told you had to follow through with. It's about 12:40 right now, December 30th, 2019. I'll either do another video when I get out of here just to update anyone, or I will just go on Twitter and post on Twitter and say, you know, I'm out, I'm safe. My Twitter is Michael Barden 8, MichaelBarden number 8. Oh, speaking of Twitter, there's 2 people in the world that I would want to follow me on Twitter so that they would be able to see what's going on with this whole thing. One of them I can identify with a lot because of the type of tactics that were used to slander and ruin his reputation. General Mike Flynn. If you ever watch any of the Trump rallies, you might have seen him at the Trump rallies with Trump. Might have heard about him in the news. General Flynn, Admiral Rogers. Part of the reason that a lot of us are not in FEMA camps right now, they saw what was going on with the FISA corruption and the well, just all around corruption and the takedown of our country. And General Flynn followed me on Twitter yesterday, so that means that he knows who I am. Hopefully he's checked out my website, watched a couple of my videos, but I don't think that guy just follows whoever. And that was a pretty nice surprise. That was a good Christmas present, actually. Christmas, New Year's, whatever. So General Flynn, if you happen to see this, thanks for the follow, man, sir, General. And I wish you luck in your case. It's awesome that you have Sidney Flynn representing you, and hopefully one of these days I can find an attorney that will represent me as well as she has represented you. All right, I'm heading in. Everybody wish me luck. Have a good day.